Okay, this is option. We're gonna take a look how to do the HRTEM. First we're gonna review the alignment for the HRTEM, and then we're gonna set up imaging condition. Like show you how to set up the camera for HRTEM imaging, and also I'm gonna introduce you DCFI, which is the drift correction frame integrate. It's kind of a technology that you remove drifting at a high Mac, so you can get a very clear image. After that, I'm gonna show you because we're gonna take a look at the HR different sample. We're gonna tilt the sample to the zone axis. We're gonna see how can we get more better imaging, and also we're gonna explore a little bit using CC the downlens and also spot size effect on the image quality. Okay, the first let's open the bin. The first step we need to open the bin, put the screen down, and then we can recheck object aperture. Because keep that in mind, we don't need object aperture for the high resolution imaging. Okay. So first set up a different parameter. So if you have the setting for the if you have a if you get a fact register for the HRTEM, you can load one. If you don't have, we can just use this one. So basically, for you can set up the gun length. You see gun length 3 is good for high-res imaging and spot size 5, which is good. And another thing, we probably need to use the 70 aperture, which is give us better. As I mentioned, because we are doing the high resolution imaging, we want to use the C2 aperture, use smaller C2 aperture to eliminate the surface aberration. 70 aperture is good, so we load this aperture. We find a sample, we put a sample to the user height. I think we already did that, so we can skip this process, and we can just find a sample and put a sample to the user height, and then because we load a new aperture, C2 aperture, so we need to do the C2 centering. So two-way, we can do that first. We can just use the center C2 aperture function here, put there, and the spin start wobbling. We use the multifunction X and Y to minimize the beam wobbling around there. Okay, this is one way. Another way, we can just zoom in a little bit, and we can move the beam to the center. Use spin shift. Condense the beam. Do I start recording? Yes, I think so. Okay, and move the beam to the center. And then you spread the beam to say, okay, and then use the switch object adjusting, move beam to the center, and again use wobble concentric to see if the beam wobble concentrically. It's good. Okay. So we center C2, and then we can do find beam tilt PPX, find beam tilt PPY adjustment. So we did that. So beam should be close. We just make sure. Because we have done the gun tilt, the gun shift, right? It should be very close, so we can just skip that. Let's do a quick check. Let's do a quick check of the gun shift. So how do we check gun shift? Usually we go to the bin. We can go select bin setting. We go to the spot size 9. And then you know I'm actually see the bin. Condense the bin. We need to use bin shift, bring the spot to the center. And then we go to spot size 3. We use the gun shift to bring bin to the center. We repeat this process until we repeat this process until we say it's okay. We repeat to make sure it's good. Bin shift again, gun shift. Let me switch spot size. Okay, it's close. Once we've done that, we switch the bin size back to 5. A spot size to back to 5. And then we need to do the fine adjustment of the bin tilt, PPX, and PPY. As I mentioned, for the high resolution imaging, definitely we want to make sure when we do tilt, we're not going to introduce shift. When we do shift, bin shift, we're not going to in the bin tilt. Because the little bin tilt can undo all of the effort you have made on correcting the alignment for adjusting alignment. So basically, we need to do the fine tuning of the bin tilt, PPX, PPY. Usually we go to the magnification. For the high mag, we are going to the magnification MH mode. So now we add SA mode. If we keep zooming, we're going to reach the MH mode. So this is highest SA, it's 630. Okay, if we keep going, we reach the 650. Okay, this is MH. Once we reach MH, we can do fine adjustment on the bin tilt, PPX, and the PPY. So if out of view, we use the bin shift to bring it back. Okay, we do the fine adjustment of bin tilt, PPS, and PPY. We make sure we have we set up a peer point correctly, and then we can spread the bin. And we need to do the fine adjustment of rotation center on the sample in the MH mode. So we find a sample. We'll probably just go to maybe no mag. To find a sample, we need lower magnification first, and then we find a sample. Okay, we go to the MH mode. So we shift the pin to the center. Okay, and then we can do rotation centering. We click rotation centering. We do fine adjustment of rotation center. Okay, that's good. Once we've done that, the next thing we need to do for the higher image, we need to find some crystal region, amorphous region. We need to adjust the FFT pattern based on your adjust objectives based on your imaging. Basically, we leave the screen, we use the acquisition vlog software, and then we say view, and then we look at the FFT. You say you put stigma in the hand panel, and then so we go select stigmator. Okay. We copy position 1 to 2, remember initial value, and then we use multifunction SY to make sure we get the round shape of the FFT. Yeah, make this one as round as possible. Okay, which is good. Once you adjust the condensed image, objective image, and then you can adjust the coma frame. You just click coma frame along X. You see, you are now gonna jump between two preset, pin tilt preset. So you should see similar size of your FFT. If you don't see similar, you just use the multifunction S to adjust to make sure at the two tilting position, pin tilt position, you will see similar size of your FFT. Wrong. Can go a little bit high magnification. Okay. Just adjust the focus. Okay. This is one side, this is another side.
What are you looking for to correct the alignment?
I'm looking for, because this being gonna wobbling at the two sides, right? You see, I'm looking for, because you're gonna see FFT tangent, right? You're gonna minimize the tangent of FFT. So your FFT become wobbling at the two sides, at the two pin tilt angle. You want to make sure this two angle, make sure your FFT look very similar. You see, at the one side, this side is bigger, is this, and the other side is smaller. We want this one have the two sides have similar size. So it has some interference. It's better to find a better region. Probably go for another region. You need to find the perfect amorphous region. Yeah, this is a good region. You see, another side. Obviously, this side you can change it, right? You want to make sure. Okay. No. No, it's close. You have some condenser steam region. Condenser steam region. Just have object. Yeah, I just need to find adjust object steam region. Okay, now it's closed. And then we can do common frame again. You see at two sides, it had different FFT. FFT. When beans start wobbling, you're changing your FFT size, the size of your FFT. You want to make sure you have similar. Okay, it's close. Okay. And then you need to readjust your condensed sigmogen. Okay. Okay, this is common free on X. You see at 2 tilting, then you do fine adjustment. Okay, now you see when you tangent at 2 tilting degree, being tilted degree, you see your FFT have a similar size, right?
Yeah.
So this means we're done with the comma free alignment, X alignment. So then we need, after we get a good comma free alignment, we probably need to readjust the stigmatism. And then we can do comma free Y. You see, right now the size change a little bit, right? FRT size change a little bit. We need to use multifunction X. Just use multifunction X button to change. Now you get a, when you add a 2 tilting degree, you have very similar size of FT, right? When you being wobble, when doing the wobbling of the beam, right? Your size of the beam doesn't change. That means we get a good comma free X Y element. So just forget about the comma free P of point X and P of point Y. Just leave it at A. You don't need to adjust that. So just leave it at A. You just need to adjust comma free element and the X element X and the comma free element Y. Okay. When you adjust comma free X and Y, you just use the multifunction X to do that, to change the size of the FFT. Okay, we're done with that. Then we are good to take imaging. So before taking imaging, if you sample it for the crystal, you can just take image at it. If you sample it single crystal, you probably need to tilt tempo to the zone axis to get that. But let's first take a look at imaging. I didn't tilt the image to the zone axis. We just take a look. It should be close, but if it's not close, we're gonna spend some time to tilt the sample to the zone axis. For here, it's most amorphous. I think we need to tilt the sample to the zone axis. Let's lower the sample to the screen. Actually, lower the main screen. And then this is another step. We need to tilt the sample to the zone axis. First, we need to find the single crystal here. So we basically put, and then go to the diffraction mode. You see this is your diffraction pattern, all right? And you can go increase contrast or decrease contrast and adjust intensity of beam to make it more visible. So it seems pretty close. We can use a little bit the lower magnification a little bit. So we go probably deselect high resolution. You say this is your Kikuchi pattern, right? Once you can adjust, quick use the center mouse to do memory adjustment. You can adjust the brightness of your fluorescence screen. The purpose you want to make sure you're seeing the Kikuchi pattern. This is your Kikuchi pattern. You want to use beta 2 and alpha. If you see something like this, you see this is a crossover of your Kikuchi pattern, right? You want to move this Kikuchi center close over your Kikuchi pattern to the center. So use the alpha 2 and the beta 2. So basically, you're going to do a little bit beta. Okay. Once you do beta, you probably move out of sample. You gotta go check whether you're on the sample or not. So, because when you do beta tilting, you introduce a lot of side movement. You're not on the sample. Yeah. Basically, you need to go back. Okay. And then we condense the beam, select location. Go here. And then Go to diffraction. Okay, it's pretty close right now. You need to move down a little bit, move the center a little bit. Okay, and then you go. Because when you do the beta tilt, you move your region of the interest moved. You need to move the beam. You need to move sample back. Okay, it's pretty good. So this is how your pattern look like. So you're close to the joints. So then once you tilt your sample to the joints, you go out of diffraction, and then you can go to the MH mode. You find the region. So we probably need to bring sample back to the essential height. Okay. Because we tend to, it's good to check your pure point here. Because your pure point gonna change a little bit when you change your essential height. Keep that in mind, that's very important. Once you adjust the sample essential height, you need to readjust the pure point. Okay, then we can go to MH mode. Because we do the high magnification at MH mode. Remember that different magnification have different presets value for the diffraction length, intermediate length, and the projection length. So, okay. Then we zoom in. The highest magnification we can go is 1.05 million. This is the highest magnification we can go. The pin to the center. And then we can just leave the screen, go for acquisition. So this is the high resolution imaging, and then you can do a fine checking. Before taking imaging, it is always good to check whether you have a good objective imaging. And you go copy 1 to 2. You see this ring there, you want to make it as wrong as possible, which is good. This is good. And see long. And then you can move to the sample region. This is your sample region. Can do focusing. Focusing. And then you can use DCI5. You can use it for the high resolution. We use the TCI function. First, let's take an image without DCI5. 1K by 1K, 1 second, 1 frame. You can do imaging. So this is your imaging without DCI5 for 1 second. After acquisition, we can bring the beam to take a look. This is your imaging. Actually, it's not so bad. The drift is very minor, so. And then, so if we want to further improve the okay, and you see your sample is drifting a little bit, drift up a little bit. So in this case, we can use DCF function. So just go for a series application mode, and then you can set up the auto stop. Let's do 20 frame. Each frame is 0.5, maybe 200.5 seconds. And then you can just go for acquire. It's gonna acquire 20 frames. Each frame is gonna be 0.5 second exposure time. And then we can go data processing. So you can review the frame you just take. You got 20 frame, right? You see it took some drifting. The sample drifts out a little bit, so you need to use processing DCFI. DCFI optimized for per order imaging, and then you can zoom in. So the left is without DCFI, the right is with DCFI. You get 20 frame into the left is single frame imaging. The right is basically you're averaging signal on 20 frame. You can adjust how many frame you want to average in. So this is one frame. It's average 2 frame, average 3 frame, average 4 frame, average 9 frame. So you can say when you average more frame, your signal to noise ratio improved. And also, if you get a more drifting, you probably want to set up this exposure time to smaller value. In that case, you can do fast acquisition. You can go one more. You see your acquisition is much faster. In this way, you can remove more drifting. You can go for processing and processing DCFI. Second option, you can say how you image signal to noise improved by DCFI. Once you take an image, also you can use some filtering to further improve the signal to noise ratio. You can go for choose the Rainier filter. Rainier filter is technology based on the your FFT. So this is a without Rainier filter. This is with Rainier filter. You see you apply the a mask to filter out the more noise. You can adjust how much strength. The strength you want to apply filtering. Smaller value means more filtering. Probably go. Is it too much? 80 is good. And yes, so you can do some small thing of your imaging. You can do smoothing. You can say the edge. So you see the imaging, your atoms look very round by using this method. Okay, this is how we get a very good HRTEM imaging. And another thing is you can, because right now we are reading the whole region. You can right now we get a lot of drifting. You see, we have someone working around. We cause some drifting. So and then we can also try. This is right now we're using radar wherever 1K by 1K, right? You can also choose the radar region half or quarter. So if you do half, and then we can do, you say your image size shrink 4 times. And then you do fine focusing. Same here, you set up this FI. For this one, for the acquisition, you need to choose the half, and then you can do acquisition. You see your image drifting up. Then properly, if you can choose even long or shorter exposure time to, because if you find that there's a lot of drifting. Fine focusing. So once you move to the new location, you probably need to wait a little bit while it is. So because we know this is silicon dumbbell. You see some region we can see the dumbbell. So and then you can do processing DCFI. So if you, because this is drifting too fast, so if you do 20 frame, you're gonna blur the image. But that sense we can choose different how many frame we're gonna average in. Maybe this one is good. You can only wear 6 frame. You see, you can see a little bit dumbbell information here. Okay. Once you get a lot of drifting, probably it's good to wait a little bit. Also, when you load this sample to the, it's better if you TM grid is very thin. It's better to use some like add a thicker ring between the clip and your sample. So then you can clip down your sample very tightly. In this case, you're gonna have less drifting. Okay. This is a basic process for taking your good high resolution imaging.
So most of the particles that we normally look at are not like pure single crystal. Most of the time it's nanoparticles and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I know usually they drift a lot. So Is there, could we do the filtering for that, or because they're not periodic though?
Yes, you can do that. You can do the DCFI on that as well. So if it's not periodic, you can just choose the, when you do data processing, you can just choose option, right? Process DCFI. You can just choose the first option because there are a lot of periodic images. Yeah, so if this is not single crystal, for example, we can go to another region. We can go up. You mean there's not a lot of particle, right? For example, here you can also, this is a particle, for example, you're gonna drift. And now, like here, this is tiny crystal.
Like something like this that drifts. That's usually what we run into, yeah, like something like this.
Yeah, I see. You can still do the DCFI. You see now we get a lot of drifting. You can set up reading. One thing, if you want to reduce more drifting, you can use faster exposure time. But in your integrated mode frame, you can go for 50 frame, but you go this time which much faster, you got 200 millisecond. But make sure you're gonna see the atom with this fast speed. So for example, if this preview below 500 millisecond, we can see the atom. 200 millisecond, we can also probably see the atom, right? And then you can see, you can further reduce your 100 millisecond. This is a very fast reflection rate. You want to make sure at least you can see the atom. If you don't, if you go even smaller, 15 millisecond, you probably see this is not a good contrast for the DCFI, right? Because you barely see the atom. So I would recommend the fastest speed we can go is 100 millisecond. If you see a lot of drifting, use the faster go intensity. You can use faster exposure time, and but you can add more intensity. Because right now I use when I say intensity, I mean use the condensed C2 length, so you get more intensity to your sample, and then you can. This is your particle, right? Let's say it's drifting, and then you can just say acquire with 100 millisecond, and then go 100 frame. We go pretty much not a frame, and then we can do DCFI. In this case, you're gonna take a bunch of imaging. You take 100 frame, but each frame so because this is very fast. So in this way, you see, this is some vibrating there, because someone just closed door. So in this case, but what I mean, if you look at a lot of drifting, it's better to use faster drifting rate, faster use a smaller exposure time. It's a shorter exposure time. And then go here, this is your data. You get 100 frame. You see, you're gonna see a lot of drifting, right? And then you can go DCFI. You can use the first one if your image is not periodic. You can see this is your live processing. Now you integrate 40, 45, 46. When you get a more integrated frame, your image become a little bit clear. Sometimes you don't, because you acquire 100 frame, but sometimes you don't need to integrate that much frame. You can just go to slide, just to slide bar to say when you get the best image. I would say if you 100 to more, and probably somewhere around here. So here give you a good contrast, right? And also you can see the atom very clearly. And then you can, if you want to further improve, you can just say add the filter. You can do high pass. High pass, that's gonna reduce your some noise. That's very reduce low frequency noise, then you're gonna see the contrast is gonna be very uniform. Because you take a look at your high, the upper image, you see this is you see long uniform contrast. Especially here, you see this very dark contrast here. The high pass gonna make this contrast make contrast more uniform.
Is there a filter that gets rid of the carbon background? Well, or no, or the amorphous background?
I think you can. You may say this is amorphous, right? You want to get rid of this amorphous contrast,
Yeah.
or what I mean get rid of? You make this contrast.
No.
Totally
Is
white,
there a filter that helps remove like the amorphous? Or no?
I don't think so. Let's say you have the amorphous rain here, right? Yeah, I think the Radiant filter. If you go for this one, Radiant filter. This is Radiant filtering. You see, you're gonna. You see, you're gonna remove the amorphous contrast more, right? This is you see some amorphous atom in the Radiant filter. You don't see that. I think a Radiant filter can help with that a little bit. You see, for the right imaging, you still see this amorphous region, right? Radiant filter gonna just remove that. You see, then in this way you can see the atom more clearly. You can adjust the filtering strength and smoothing. Okay, do 0.1. I don't want to do edge smoothing. Okay. So basically, Radiant filter is gonna filter based on your FFT pattern. It's gonna filter out more noise based on your FFT. Okay. You wanna give it a try?
Okay.
Let's give you a control first. Okay. So let's do from beginning. So let's say I'm gonna mess up with the alignment. So this alignment right now is pretty good. Can mess up the alignment a bit. Sorry. Okay. Let's go my friend. Okay, it's your turn. What we can do first? I'm normalizer. I'm doing usage focus just now. Okay. It's pretty good, pretty close.
Okay. And then are we gonna mess around with the gun shift or the gun tilt?
Yeah, you can go through that.
Okay. Then for the sample, we're gonna move away from the sample.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll do gun tilt.
How do we do gun tilt?
Bring the beam to a small point.
Mm-hmm.
And then turn on the gun tilt, and then move for the brightest spot on the screen.
When you feel good, you can say stop.
So 1.04 seemed to be the highest. Okay, no 111. So I'll go back to 111, 112, 113.
Okay.
Well, here will be the biggest. Okay. We do the gun shift next. We'll go to spot size 3.
How do we choose spot size? How do we change the spot size?
It's either there's increase or decrease here.
Mm-hmm.
Or you go look up the beam setting.
Yeah, cool.
So I go to spot size 3. Use the gun shifts to bring it to the center. Okay, once that's done. So you're increasing the mag to a high magnification, right? To get it.
Okay.
Switch to spot size 9. Use the beam shift. Bring that to the center. Okay, I'll switch back to spot size 3. Use the gun shift to bring that to the center. So I think that was pretty close, right? We're also zoomed in pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
That should be good. I'll go back to spot size 5. Okay. The beam doesn't look very circle, so we'll bring it to the center first with beam zoom.
So usually I recommend you remove the condensed emitter first before you do gun shift, because you don't know if you do beam is not a perfect circle. You have to adjust to put the beam to the center, right? So for example, like this, you don't know where is the center of the beam.
Okay. So we'll spread the beam out a little bit, and then we'll use the condenser stick. Use the condenser stick to make sure it's a circle.
You can use the arrow up arrow and the lower arrow there to, and also you can adjust stop the step size.
Okay.
You can just click the arrow here, and then you can and then you can increase X value or decrease the Y value. Push the arrow there, just the up arrow, and this is bigger. Yeah, it's getting better.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then looks the circle.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we could do. Do we have to do the gun shift again or no?
It's up to you.
Okay, we'll just check it then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll look at 3. The gun shift is set in the center.
So when you adjust gun shift, you should see down. After you're done with the gun shift, you should see and then you click down. And they sit down. Okay. Select gun shift for me, please. Okay. Down.
I'm gonna go back to 5.
And then you can use the beam shift.
Use beam shift. We'll move that to the center.
Sure.
Okay, and then we'll do PP tilt X. Move that spot together. Okay. Do the same thing for Y. Do the beam shift to make it go back to the center. Okay, we'll spread out the beam. We'll go back onto the sample.
You need to update the location, so probably from the let me update that.
Okay, let's zoom in. We can do the rotation center.
Okay.
Okay. That's good. That's also for high magnification too, right?
Mm-hmm. So we need to go to MH mode, right?
Yeah. Okay, we'll do the rotation center for this high mag.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Also, I think you need to readjust the pin tilt PPX and PPY at this magnet as well.
Okay.
And you see your pin is not wrong. Right?
Okay.
You need to adjust the, let's say you need to go out of sample.
Center.
Okay. And then you
Okay.
can make it being round.
Yeah, let's bring it in the center. The beam shift. Okay. right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you spread the beam a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Can you spread out the beam? In and out just to make sure it's circular. Okay, I think could probably make it a little bit better. Let's see.
Getting what?
Okay, I think that's the best I could do.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Okay. Let's bring it back to the center. Okay. So we'll spread out the beam and go back onto the sample.
You might
So
need
I'll go-
you might need to adjust the pin to the PPX and PPY. You see, it's way off. So probably go to low Mac first.
Okay.
Okay. And then check the pin tilt again.
Did it just move again?
No, this is because this is at a high Mac, so different Mac mode have the beam tilt set is a little bit different. So because these have different length value.
Okay, we'll center it on that.
And go beam tilt PPX, PPY.
I was gonna.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay. Let's spread out the sample. Or spread out the beam. Okay. Okay, I'll spit it out. Okay. And then we should probably check the rotation center again.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
Okay. Do we need to zoom up more for it or no?
You can check your FFT pattern. As long as you can see the FT, it's good.
Okay. All right. And then for the coma-free alignment, should we use it with this FFT or look at the VLOX?
It's better to use Relux.
Okay.
But they can do that now. You can
Okay.
try to do with this one if done the good. Usually it's good to do with the map with.
Yeah, I'll probably be better with the VLOX because that's what we're gonna capture the image with anyway.
Okay. Let me increase the exposure time a bit.
Okay. All right. The objective looks pretty good. So we'll do coma-free X.
It's slow.
Okay, nothing's changing, right?
It's changing the size.
Okay. So we just need to adjust it a little bit.
Now it's good.
Okay. All right, for Y. Okay, that looks good too.
Probably need to use focus to make the rim bigger.
Okay.
Okay.
How'd you get this green ring?
The screen ring is this,
Okay.
frequency. It is a marker. The spacing of the indicated by the green cycle is 500 picometer.
Okay. It's good to see for the objective. It makes it pretty round.
Check the coma-free X and the Y again.
Okay.
You see, you have if you bring focus back, it's
okay. I guess you spread out the focus. You see the rings better.
Now it's very close. Go for Y.
Okay.
Not this one.
Wrong one. Okay. Just light.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Okay. Looks pretty circular as well, so that's good. So then that's it for the alignment. So, yeah.
Now we need to choose location, right? So basically, you need to tilt your beam to back to zone axis based on your Kikuchi pattern, right?
Yes.
But we already did that, so it should be good.
Okay. Okay. And then, well, let me see. Just for review, I guess we'll go sort over here. Is this embedded or something?
No, let me do that. Yeah.
Okay. Here.
Load string.
Okay. Let's see. To get to the, you went to diffraction mode.
Yeah, probably first low magnification.
Okay.
Right. I think you need to find the location you want to do tilting, right?
Yeah. Okay.
How do we see Kikuchi pattern?
Middle mouse click and scroll up, or
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so it's already tilted it. It's in with the, so it's pretty much in the middle. So
yeah.
And then I guess we could get out of diffraction. And we just need to zoom in on a particle. Let's take our picture. So for high res, we adjust between PP, the beam tilt and the rotation center a couple times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should we get it?
Fine adjustment, yeah. Okay.
Are we in an amorphous region, or do we need to focus to see something?
Yeah, we need a focusing. This is the crystal set region.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll zoom in and see if we can find any.
This is but it's better use camera. So let's see.
Okay. Oh, because we couldn't see it in the screen, or
Mm-hmm. You cannot see clearly in the screen.
Okay.
Okay, the image look good.
Okay. Let's Oops. Is there? Let's see. I need to move up so I could see the camera.
Oh,
Okay.
you cannot see the camera. Okay, let me do that. Let me move. Let me take control. I can move out. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's play with the camera settings. So let's see. 4. So this is taking 100 frames there.
Mm-hmm. 100 frame. Yeah.
Let's do 50. Then
Auto stop. Auto stop means once you reach the 50 frame, you're gonna stop the acquisition.
okay. All right. Let's try that. Okay. We'll switch over to the VLOX processing window.
Sure. Then just go there, processing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can you move this window up for me again? So let's see. So processing tab. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good image. Here you see some level of dumbbell information here, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so that looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try the filters. Let's see.
The same. Wow. You use the average filter, right?
Yeah. Did it look worse?
Oh no, it's a little better. It's improved your signal to noise ratio of your imaging, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Try half pass.
Okay.
You try half pass on DCFI, not on the single frame.
Oh, okay. So this is, oh yeah. Should do it on the,
Select DCFI. Okay.
yeah, so this one.
Uh-huh.
Then high pass filter.
Now one looks much better.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And then is this the sigma settings for changing the roughness?
Yes, it's basically default is 20. The large number means more filtering.
Okay. And then is it an update as you go?
Yeah. Or you can update.
Okay. And then
You can try different filtering. You can try when you
what is this the Gaussian blur, I guess?
Gaussian blur is kind of for filter like average filter. So the average filter basically is you can define the kernel size. If you're doing the filtering in 3x3 region, it's gonna average in this three. It's gonna first gonna take the count. It's gonna count the signal in this 3 by intensity in this 3x3 region, and then we're gonna redistribute the intensity into this 3x3 region evenly. This is average filtering. But Gaussian blur it's very similar, but they use different redistribution method. So basically, with the Gaussian filtering, the central piece is first gonna count the intensity from the kernel side, from the kernel. Like if you are the 3x3 or 5x5. So if you're 3x3, you're gonna take you can count the signal and then redistribute the signal in this 3x3 region and then the central piece, the central pixel gonna get the strongest intensity, and the adjacent pixel gonna get a little bit lower intensity. So the intensity is fade away from the center pixel. For the averaging, basically, it averages all the count in all the pixel, right?
Yeah.
So for Gaussian blur rate, basically your central pixel get the more count. So this is the method for the redistribution of the counts is different.
Okay, and then the this one. Okay. Okay, I guess this makes sense.
Yeah, this is a filter based on your FFT pattern. So you fit out the more noise. You fit out the FFT noise by use this method. And basically your atom gonna, if you use you can adjust the highest frequency. The large number you have here, the net filtering. If you go 100%, that means almost no filtering effect. If you go to like smaller value, that means you have more filtering. But your atom gonna look more round. Just you adjust the size of your mask, right? You don't want to. So you see, based on just your mask, you basically adjust size of your mask, and also you take out the amorphous ring. You see this is a dark region. Basically, the system think this dark region amorphous, so they take out this amorphous ring as well.
Wait, so this just adjusts the high frequency on the outside?
Yeah, then yeah, adjust the size of a mask.
Okay. It doesn't adjust the inside here though, right?
No, this is the outside.
Just outside. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's see. Let's go back to the VLOX.
Acquisition?
Yeah, acquisition. Okay, can we go? Can we move to a region where it's only like a particle?
Sure. We need to shift the pin to the center. How about this particle? Yeah.
Okay, let's go here. Let me go over here. It looks good. It's a lot of things to look at. All right, let's do the camera again. This will be useful because we keep getting a lot of drift from the TEM images for nanoparticles.
Mm-hmm. Good sound.
Okay. Okay, and then can we look at how many the frame or it's averaging?
So here it's how many frames right now. We got a frame and go through this each frame.
Okay. And then when we use the, let's see. And it's generating.
Yeah.
So this is similar like when we're doing the tomography where it's kind of putting all the pictures together with compensating for the drift.
Yeah, it's used the it's removed drifting by using the cross correlation method. So now you say if you go 15 frame, it stays same because you take too much frame. It's gonna make your image very blurry. Probably you're gonna go use slice bar. Go probably somewhere around 20. Yeah, that makes you get a good image. That's good.
Okay, and then I guess when we look at the Fourier transform, we could tell that it looks better too, right?
Mm-hmm. You're right. That's a good point.
Okay.
High pass.
Hmm.
There's a lot of defect.
Yeah. So there's some good spots here. See, yeah, we see a lot. It's a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Contrast is a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, you can see contrast improves a lot. But compare to the averaging.
Well, I guess here we can see we can see some twin boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
See the averaging looks better than the original at least.
Yeah, because you further improve your signal to noise ratio by averaging the signal.
Let's see.
You probably want to do the linear filter on the high pass imaging.
The what?
You can do, because right now if you do linear filter, you see on filter region. If you go here, if you see filter region because the contrast is much different. You see, this region looks very bad. Probably you can just go for, because first you apply high pass filter, making sure you get a very uniform contrast, and then you can apply the linear filter on the high pass filter imaging. So you can apply multiple filter. So this is a linear filter on the high pass filter. So first you do high pass, then you can do linear.
Yeah, I see. Like here, it looks a lot better. Okay.
Cool. You got it. You got a very good imaging.
Okay.
Okay. Let's take a break, and then we can take a look how to adjust the camera, how to do gain reference for the camera. And also before that, we can, because we can tilt to different region until you use a different sample, and then we can do high resolution image again. And then after that, we can use that sample for the camera gain, to get the image after the camera calibration. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be back in 10 minutes.
All right.
Yeah, see you in a bit. Hello? Hi, I'm back.
Hello.
Okay. First, I think we can right now we get a good image, right? Let's say if we can change the parameter, change spot size, change gun length. You say if we can improve the resolution, improve image quality a little bit. So let's first screen down first. So first, I'd like to change the spot size. So as mentioned, we can go use the, let's say just spot size 9 to see how image look like. So if we change spot size properly, we need to adjust alignment a little bit. Let's change back to fine. Let's take an image first. Because we haven't take image, right? Let's see. We can acquire imaging. The same region. Let's take a look. Maybe somewhere. It's fine. We can just go ahead. Save. And then we can zoom in. Element intensity zone first. So it's when we zoom in, it change the intensity and not change or not. Okay. Okay, let's find the region. And this region. Let's do this region. We're gonna keep it the same region. Let me change spot size. Let's find something. It can be easily recognized. Okay. Can do this region. Okay. So image in this region. Still focusing a little bit. Okay. And then we set up a position, gonna be 0.5, 10 frame. Okay. Let's just do single frame because image seems not that different a lot. We can just do single frame. Okay, this is single frame image we get. And then we can go for spot size 1. And then we go spot size 9. To see how spot size affect image quality. We just quotation. Spot size 1, and we can take single image. Look very similar, huh? Okay. Then we can go for spot size 9. Take another image. You get a very wake up beam, definitely. Because at spot size 9, you get a very wake up beam, right? If I bring it, go somewhere. Use the same repetition time. Okay. And then let's review the imaging we got. So this is spot size 9. You see, because you're being a 2 week, so it's, you see, although your condenser being a lot, but you still get very you're not gonna form very good diffraction contact imaging. You're being a 2 week. This spot size 1 actually it's not so bad. It's very good contrast. This spot size 3. But spot size 1, I don't see much difference between spot size 1 and spot size 5. So, but definitely spot size 1, you're gonna get your beam gonna more bright. You get a more current. Your intensity looks bad. Your signal to noise ratio of the image looks better, but you have more aberration, so to adjust. So actually, there at spot size 1, your image looks a little bit better. Maybe just the different focusing. Okay. So I would say don't go too big, too small spot size because you're gonna lose your beam current, the high Mac. So I would get somewhere between 3 to 5. That's a good. Even sometimes you can choose spot size 1. You can still get a very good image. Okay, let's keep spot size 5, and then we're gonna choose different gun lengths. We can use different gun lengths. Now we're here. So right now we are gun length 3. We go back to gun length 1. Gun length 1, you get a lot of beam current. Okay. You lose your beam. You need probably. Wait a minute. If we go to gun length 1, we need to readjust the alignment. Stage camera. Okay. Can't say it's 3. Yeah, if you go gunners 1, probably need to spend a lot of time to readjust element. So let's go large gunners. Spot 7. You can also take a beam current here. Go less. Large gunners you can go is gunners 8. Let's go to the same location.
So the gun lens, when you when the number increases, the beam gets more focused.
If you use the large number, when you increase the gun lens here, you get more beam currents.
Okay.
You have younger magnetic field. You get a much younger magnetic field, so your source size become much smaller.
Okay.
You just get less beam current electron goes through.
Okay, so 1 would have more beam current than 3, right?
Yeah.
It's the same relationship with spot size, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like spot size 1 has more.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Okay. Okay, we go to highest mag, and then we condense beam. We take a look. How you make that? So I think that's gonna be because your beam gonna be more current. Because your first, let's take a look how it look like. Again, you lose signal, right? Signal to noise.
But then this is just rough, right?
Yeah.
Because if we change the gun lens, we have to realign everything, right?
Yeah, we this is just rough, but we have to do level alignment, but it should be very close.
Yeah.
Here, but I want to show you that you have less electron. You have probably need to increase your exposure time, but for same exposure time, the image is not going to look that good. So it seems you can resolve this down brow information due to fine focusing. Let's look at this. You say you're starting to see the down brow. It's kind of non-definitely give you better resolution. I would say that. Same as spot size 9, but you just need to increase your exposure time for that. So Okay. Seperti ini lebih more. I need more exposure time. Like we need to reset one. Yeah, here you see the split. What is splitting? Let's say here, if we can to leave the fan focusing. But again, this is diffraction contrast imaging. The position of the atom you're seeing not represent the actual position of your atom. Just as you know. So.
Okay.
It's not like a STEM imaging you're seeing. Oh, yeah. All right. Again, I think it's not gonna give you much improve. And again, if you, I would say, if you choose the different, if you choose the different spot size or gun length compared to spot size 5 and gun length 3, it's not gonna give you much improve. The only big difference you're gonna see is the contrast. Because when you go large spot size number or large gun length number, definitely you have weaker beam, you have less electron. Then your intensity you're gonna lose your intensity. That's a big difference you're gonna see. You're not seeing a huge improvement of resolution. Okay. Let's go back to gun length 3. Spot size 5. Spot size 5. And next we're gonna go to the different sample, and then you're going to do a little bit more practice and to tune that sample to the strong scatter good imaging. And then we can do the camera calibration. We find a sample first. Go low magnification. Oh, we got a sample. This is the STO sample. First we put brain sample back to the essential height. Okay, close. And then we tilt the sample to the zone axis. Go ahead. You can request control, so you can go through because this is a new sample. It's good practice for you to if you can get a good image on this one, you can get a good image on the others as well. Okay.
All right, because I already have control.
Oh,
I didn't.
cool. Okay, cool. So we will assemble to the user height, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you have a control?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I see.
Okay. All right, we could let's add a position.
Nice. That's a good habit. That's definitely a good habit. Because once you get new location, you just remember that location, so you can always go back.
All right, let's we can move off sample. We'll do the gun tilt, gun shift. All right, let's bring the beam to a small point.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, what? Okay, we'll bring the beam to the center. With the gun. No, wait, sorry. We're doing gun tilt first, getting the brightest spot first. Could you lower the screen so I could see the data down here, so I could see what the screen is?
What do you mean? You want to see? Oh, you want to see the? Okay.
Okay, so let's look for the brightest screen for the beam tilt. So it looks like, oh yeah, where it's at, 1.06 is good already. Let's go to gun shift. We'll bring that to the center.
Okay.
We got a spot size 3.
Contrast is very weak. Can you change the contrast to natural? Yes. Nice.
That's good. Oops.
Yeah, you're actually fine. Spin shift, brain is back, right?
Okay. I think it was just a minor movement, right? So I think that was good. Okay, let's go back to 5.
Okay.
All right, let's center the beam.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So since we're doing this for high resolution,
yes,
I should go for a high magnification now and then adjust the
yes,
beam tilt.
How high you want to go?
We could go. We could keep going up to like 300 for now and see how where it's at. Okay, let's just adjust this and then. Still looks pretty good. All right. Okay, and then we could keep going. I guess that didn't really move much. Increase the mag more. So this is where we're going to stop. Bring it back to the center. We'll try to shrink the beam more if we can. Okay. PPX. Okay, that looks good. PY, could probably make it closer.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Okay. Spread out the beam.
What did you say?
Spread out the beam.
Okay.
Okay, looks like it's spreading out evenly, so the aperture is already good. And the condenser stick is good. All right, so I'm gonna go back on the sample. There we go. All right, we're gonna go to low mag. So I'm gonna look for the rotation center or the zone axis first before I'll do the rotation center and other stuff.
Yeah. So I think you should adjust the sample to the zone axis first.
Yeah, before
you adjust the PPX and PPY. Because if you rotate your sample, you can change your J height, right?
Okay.
But we will check that later.
We could try it again afterwards. Okay. Okay, so we're in lower magnification here. Okay, we'll spread out the beam for diffraction, right?
Actually, we need to condense the beam for the diffraction. We condense the beam on the local region, like this region.
Okay.
Okay, and then we push diffraction.
Okay.
It's pretty close, huh?
Pretty close.
Which way we should do? We should tilt a little bit the.
Oops.
Do you want me to tilt the X, alpha or beta? If we can alpha, right?
Okay, let's tilt the alpha and see which area it goes. Okay, that's good. And then we'll wait, go back, go somewhere for the alpha. Opposite direction.
Which direction?
Yeah, keep going negative, I guess. Right there. Go back to positive. So about there, yeah. Now go back. A little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, about there. And then we'll use the tilt the beta. We'll try going positive and see which way that goes.
Okay, because we need to go out of direction. Because when you go beta, you have a lot of the movement. You probably move the location, right? What do you see? What do you see? It's good or not?
It needs the beta needs to move
down.
Yeah, let's move up.
Change location. So it's hard to tilt beta. So you have to keep updating your location.
We were pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're good. I think it's
Okay.
nearly the center. So. Okay. Do you get out of diffraction?
Sure.
Okay. We'll spread out the beam. Let's here. I'll update this location. Okay. We'll let's zoom in.
What magnification you wanna?
Let's move up first. Let's get off the sample first.
Okay.
We'll bring it to fine point at the highest magnification, and see if we need to adjust the beam tilt.
Yeah, we need to bring sample to the essential height first, right? Before we adjust the beam tilt, right? Because right now you didn't change your essential height. It's when you tilt especially when you tilt to the alpha and beta, especially to the beta, the sample is not at the essential height anymore.
Okay.
Okay. It's good to check it's always good to check that your essential height before you adjust PPS and PPY.
Okay.
So you can just go here. Okay, now it's very close.
Okay. So the wobbler was good?
Yeah. It's close here. Yeah, right there. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So let's check the beam tilt again.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Let's put PPX. PPY.
Yeah.
All right. Can we go back to the sample?
Sure.
All right. We'll spread out the beam. All right. Let's focus a little bit.
Okay. You say you may have found a hard time to focus here.
Yeah, we could move up or down a little bit. Okay, this is a nice surface here. We could focus here. In between. Yeah, about there. Okay. Yeah. In between the black and the white will be probably best. We'll do the rotation center here.
Okay.
Up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do the rotation center here. Evenly spread the beam out. And then this is the highest magnification, right? We're close.
Yeah, this is the hardest.
Okay. I'll do the rotation center.
Okay.
Looks good. All right. We'll switch to VLOX.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Play. We'll adjust the focus so we can see more rings in the Fourier transform. Okay, it looks pretty circular. That's good. I will hit the coma-free alignment X. Okay, they're slightly off, so we could adjust that. Okay, it looks pretty good. Okay, we'll do the same thing for Y. So just a minor difference. Okay, that's pretty good now. Okay. Objective looks good still. Okay, so then that's all the fine adjustments done.
Yeah.
And then we could take a picture on our sample down here.
Yeah, this is not at zoners. Probably we need to go down to zoners.
Okay.
Because zebra symbol is not flat here. You see, here you have curtaining. You really need to move up here.
Okay.
And then zoom in. You can do search a little bit and get right in, right?
Okay.
Okay. Let's say this is a good region.
Yep. Okay, so should we take a picture?
Yeah.
With the camera. We'll do the 10 frames.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll switch to the processing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Second one, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this region might be a little thick, so probably we can move to different region to get a better imaging, but that's how we take a good image, right? Alignment is pretty good. Now we need to be patient to find a good region. Or you can do high pass filtering to make it better. Yeah, much better. Some region looks pretty good. Wow, this is a good region, yeah. Some region.
Yeah. You almost see the dumbbells. Okay.
There's no dumbbell here. This is SPO, so if you say dumbbell, that's not right. This is just a different size.
It's two different atoms?
Yeah, two different atoms, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is how you get it. You get a good imaging. This is, basically how to take a high resolution imaging, right? Next, I think I can show you a little bit more how to do the gain reference. The two gain referencing, one is for the camera, another one is for the, one is for SATA camera, another is for fluid camera. So this is first if you want to gain reference, first you need to move to the region without sample, from the vacuum region. And then there's two, so first I'm gonna tell you how to do gain reference for the fluid cam. So you see for the fluid cam, if you go to bias scan, you see here, give you two options. You wanna apply correction for the imaging. You can acquire bias and acquire gain here. First acquire bias. If you click that, it's asking you to close the column valve. You can close the column valve. So and then before that, you probably go to you don't need you need to spread beam a little bit. Okay, and then you need to close the column valve. And then say okay. And then it's gonna occur biasing for that. It's gonna take a little bit of time. And then load the biasing. I think it's done. And then you see here, it's done. And then you can open column valve. This is your imaging with only bias for the correction. But you see a lot of artifacts in the center, right? On the full count. In this case, we need acquire gain. In this sequence, acquire gain, and you need adjust intensity to make sure you evenly illuminate the whole region. So you need to make sure the red color goes that way. Okay, it's going, and then say okay. And it's gonna acquire gain reference, and then apply the gain reference to imaging. Make sure you're on the recon region. Okay, now you see your fluid cam is pretty good. And now it's under, you don't have like actual bright spot or actual dark spot in your fluid cam. And here now you can choose biosyn again. This is easy. So you can request control. You can do this. You can take a look practice right now. I think you already have a control, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's first do the gain first. First do the BIOS first. You
Okay.
should always take the BIOS first.
Let's go to the combo. Then do you need to spread the beam or no? Because no light's gonna go down, right?
This is yeah. You don't need to spread the beam. Spread the beam just for the gain reference, not for the BIOS thing.
Then how do I know that when it's done?
So when it's done, is you see this one become available, this icon. So now it's done.
Okay.
You can open the kernel well. Open the kernel well. And say you say image correction. You click the drop down. You see right now you're applying BIOS only. If you see now, so this is now, and then if you only apply BIOS in for the correction, image correction, and then yeah, you still see this kind of dark gain artifact, full cam. You need to use the acquire gain for that. You can acquire gain. Look at that. Make sure adjust intensity. Make sure you don't see the red color. Make sure it goes away. Okay, and then say okay. And then system software gonna acquire gain for your full count. And apply the scan reference. Okay, now you get a very even, very good background for that.
Okay.
That's easy, right? And also, you drop down here, you can choose different background, temperature. Let's make sure you're say even. You still get a little bit brighter on the upper, but it's fine. For resting screen, grayscale. Okay. Okay, now you get a good image correction for your flu cam.
Okay.
Next, I'm gonna show you how to get image correction. You see, you still get a little bit font here, right? Let's reacquire image at this Mac. So acquire again, and then say adjust intensity. Okay. Okay, now it's good.
Okay, yeah, the center is a lot clearer.
Okay, that's pretty good. And next you need to do the same thing for your. So don't go very high Mac. So because now I think magnification too high. Somewhere around 28,000. That's pretty good magnification for the gain reference calibration, for the camera calibration. So next you can calibrate your CCD camera. Again, you need to move to the region without the sample. And then you can go to camera setting, go here, bias again for your CCD camera, you choose CCD BM setup here, and then click reference imaging manager. First, you want to make sure you get the right intensity for your camera. You don't want to overexpose your camera. First thing we need to measure those. We click measure those, and they take some time to measure those. First, we put the screen down. Sorry, you need to put the screen down, and then okay. Now since your dose rate is 60%, you need more dose. The condense being a little more and measure again. maybe a little bit more. Once this black line in the gray region, this means we are good to go. And then you can just acquire single grain reference first. So acquire single grain reference first. Once you acquire a single grain reference, you find it's good, then you can do a full set accreditation. So don't do that. Usually you should do that if you see when you use the city camera to take image, you see some black spot and dark spot, and then you need to do that. So then you can see that scan reference image in your TA, but first you need to load your TA. So this is your camera reference. You see here it's not good. This is edge of beam. Probably we need to redo that. So we put the screen down. We make that edge goes away. We center beam at the bend. We make that edge goes away. Then leave the screen. Redo the gain reference. Make it work. Okay, you increase a little bit. Yeah, just put the screen down. Make sure we don't have that beam edge in the camera. Okay.
It's on the bottom right and bottom left.
Okay.
Top left is.
Okay, and then we leave the screen. We go gain reference again. We match those again. Okay, which is good. And then we get acquire single gain reference imaging. Okay, and then you load TTA, and you take a look here. This is good. This is scan reference. You see, this is some black spot in your center of your CCD. But this is just a rough element. You need to do more accurate gain reference acquisition by using acquire the full set. So you can choose your exposure time. You see, choose one. On an image to averaging, basically you want to go for 10 frame. So basically here I want to go for like to save the time. I'm gonna go for 2 frame, and then I say acquire full set. You're gonna acquire the full set, take multiple imaging. This is gonna take a little bit of time. I think it's gonna take in 10 minutes for this one. But if you have more, we have more time. Definitely, we're gonna keep this imaging. How many imaging we're gonna do averaging? We'll probably keep it the default value, which is 10. So that's gonna give you more accurate measurements, more for the gain reference. So we finish two, and then we load TA. So this is your new gain reference imaging. We'll probably do more. We probably do 5.
And then, do you have to load to TIA for it to work, or just already?
Yeah, we have to load TA for it to work. If you don't load TA, it's not gonna work. I don't say enter, so I didn't enter, so it's still gonna take 2. So anyway, this is how we could do that. And then once we get a good program reference, you can check your imaging to see how it's background. You can use your the camera to take the imaging to see how background looks like. So you see if you average 2, this is the average 1. You see you still it's not that good, right? And average 2 you get a more much better imaging of the background. Okay, once you're done, you load here. You see still some, so I see enter. Social time. Okay, now it's we can lift this, we can just use our Vlogs to check. And in the camera drop down, you need to apply dark image correction. You need to check darken again. So that's gonna apply darken again. You see, you get a very eventual diffuse background, right? This means this is good. If you don't see none, you see you get a lot of biasing. If you see biasing only, if you see dark is biasing. You see very bright center spot, right? That's just like your camera is getting burned on that spot. You can apply darken again. You can remove that spot. Okay, now it's your turn. Let me move here. Move here. Let me close that out. Okay, it's your turn.
Okay. Reference gain manager. the beam's already spread, so but we'll just do measure dose first.
Just measure dose first.
It's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Acquire a single gain reference first. Okay, gonna load the TS, see how it looked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Looks good. Then you can apply full set. Right now, the image to averaging your set of 10, right? So it's gonna take a little bit longer time, but it's fine. Let's it finish. It's probably gonna take 5 minutes. So there.
It says like 1 of 2 here.
This is a 2 set. So I think this is just a 2 set. Image averaging. It's gonna take a 2 image. Each image gonna do their average time frame, I think.
Okay.
Let's say Okay.
Okay.
And then pretty nice. And then you can use the, let me render application up. Okay. Because you just got the game reference down, the software gonna request some time to load that game reference imaging. So it's gonna take some time to get that. Yeah, now it's good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now you get a good image, right? You can go here. You can do pre-sample shuttering or post-sample shuttering. This is different shuttering method. Actually, it doesn't matter. Now you get a good background. And then use this new game reference. Let's take a new image on a sample. So find a sample. Okay. And just zoom into this region. Somewhere here. Okay, it's on the center. Okay. And then we can do focusing a little bit. Okay. Okay. Then you can take image. Some nice region here. Region is very basic. So yeah, this is how we see the reference. We go for this again. We go for. Okay. Yeah. We probably need more time to find a good region for that. Okay.
Yep, looks pretty good.
Okay, this is how we occur high resolution imaging, how we do apply some gain reference and dark reference to remove the artifacts in your camera. Oh, any question?
No.
Okay. Yeah. If no question, we're gonna end today's section. Today we go over all the for kind of different image technology. We did the bright field, we did the dark field, we did the HRTEM, and we did alignment for both bright field and HRTEM, and also we know how to apply gain and biosing, how to calibrate a camera. Okay, tomorrow we're gonna focus on the diffraction, all different kinds of diffraction technology. We're gonna simply go through nano diffraction in the TEM mode and the STEM mode, and then we're gonna go through converge beam electron diffraction in the TEM and the STEM. Okay. Again, have a good evening. I will see you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye now.